everyone! So today I have my June favourites for you all. I can't believe how quickly this year is going. I am getting married in less than 12 months and I'm really excited. I'm also very nervous as well because there's a lot of preparation that goes into it, which I didn't really realise until I started doing a lot of the planning. So it's been a little bit hectic lately, but I have my June favourites for you all, and I have some pretty interesting products to show you guys. A couple of new things, a couple of old favorites. So yeah, let's get straight into it. So the first item that I've really been loving is actually a skincare item. It's two items that come in the same package. It's actually the Dr. Dennis Gross Alpha Beta Medi Spa Peel. So it comes with these two products here. Now, if you've been watching my videos for a really long time, you'll know that I absolutely love the Dr. Dennis Gross Alpha Beta Peel Pads. This is actually a stronger version of that. The best thing about this is I don't have to use it daily. I can use it once or twice a week and still get the effect from it. It actually really helps to unclog pores and really smooth out my skin. It helps to get rid of any flakiness that I get. I have really quite dehydrated skin, so I get a little bit of flakiness, especially around my forehead here, and so I find that this really gets rid of that, helps to really kind of unclog my pores, stops me from breaking out as much because I do have a tendency to get a few breakouts every now and then. But the best thing about this that doesn't come with the Alpha Beta Peel Pads is actually the firming peptide milk, which is the step 2. So you do the peel, you leave that on for 5 minutes or so, and then you do the peptide milk over the top. This stuff is like liquid gold. It is amazing. It feels really nice and silky on the skin, but it doesn't feel oily. And when I use it, it actually makes my skin just glow. So I typically do this system at night time, and when I wake up in the morning, my skin just looks and feels amazing. It feels really soft, it looks really nice and smooth and clean, and it just leaves your skin hydrated. And I have to say that I think the peptide milk is probably the part that is making my skin look so silky and so hydrated, but I know that the alpha and beta hydroxy acids in this product, like the original peel pads, helps to make my skin look a lot smoother and less congested. So these products together are fantastic. I've just noticed a huge improvement in my skin since I've been using these. I mentioned in a couple of videos prior to this that I had a lot of problems with my skin when I was overseas. I just found that my skin was really flaky, but it was congested and it was really horrible. And when I started using this when I got back to Australia, I just found that my skin improved just tenfold. It just made such a huge difference. So that's been a really big favorite. Another product that I have been using a lot lately is the Smashbox Primer Water. I really like this on my lazy days, and I've been having a lot of those lately. I find that I can just spritz it on my face, kind of rub it into my skin a little bit, and I'm done with primer. I don't have to worry about getting kind of silicone-y feeling hands, because I don't really like that, and I don't use a brush to apply primer. I use my fingers. So I don't like that silicone feel on my fingers, and I find that this just gives that really nice kind of adherent base without having to worry about rubbing anything into the skin too much. It's just a really nice, quick and simple way to prime your face. I find that it just works really well. It helps to adhere foundation to the face. So the quick and easy aspect along with that kind of good quality primer aspect is really great for me. So for oily skin girls, this is also oil free. It's also alcohol free, so it's not drying if you don't have oily skin. So I found that this is a really nice product, especially if you're someone who likes to do quick and simple makeup in the morning. I know that when I'm on morning shifts especially, I like to do quick and easy makeup, so this has been a really good product to have on hand. Now, as I mentioned, my face has been really quite dehydrated, and I've mentioned in a lot of my videos previously that I've been using the by Prairie hyaluronic powder. Now that powder is a fantastic powder, but I do find that it does kind of show up dry patches, especially on my forehead here where I get the most dryness. So I've been looking for another powder that has a little bit of color to it, that's still considered translucent, because the by Prairie hyaluronic powder is actually white, so it can have that really quite pale look when you apply it. So I was looking for something that had a slight tint to it but was still translucent and wouldn't make my skin look dry or stick to the dry patches. So I've seen a lot of videos popping up on this particular product since Tati did a video, I think it was in her WTF series, that's kind of reviewing expensive makeup. And it is the La Prairie Cellular Treatment Loose Powder. And I can understand why it was in the WTF series. I hate to say that this is one of my favorites because it is so expensive, but it is so good. It has this really beautiful luminosity to it. It doesn't adhere to any dry patches. It doesn't make me look pale or washed out or anything. It doesn't settle into fine lines, and it does a fantastic job of setting foundation. This is actually the perfect powder. I have tried a lot of powders over the years and I have never liked something as much as I've liked this. It just, I can't even explain it. It goes onto the skin and it doesn't even look like you've powdered your skin. Yes, it takes away any shiny kind of oiliness that's left behind from your foundation, but it doesn't look powdery or super matte or cakey. It does a fantastic job of what it's meant to do. And to be honest, the amount of product that you actually get is fantastic. So this is actually 2 ounces of product. So in Australia, it's $115. It's 2 ounces of product in this container, but it also comes with a full travel size container, which is an additional 0.35 ounces. So you actually get a really large amount of powder for the price. The big thing about this as well is that it's very closely compared to the La Mer powder. Now that powder is actually, I think that's close to $100 as well, but it's almost half the product. So I feel like this is a lot better value, especially because I get this little travel size, and you guys know how much I travel, so this is going to be fantastic for me. I can't even begin to explain how handy that is, but I just can't get over how silky and how smooth this powder feels on the skin. And I really, really highly recommend it. If you are looking for a powder to replace all of your other powders, this is the one to go for. And I'm going to be 100% honest, all of the pressed powders and all of the loose powders that I have, I feel like I can replace them with this one. Now, one thing to be aware of, this doesn't look super matte on the skin because it's got this very, very fine luminescence to it. By no means does it look glittery on the skin, and it can't be considered highlighting at all, but it's got a very fine luminosity to it. So be aware of that if you do like super matte skin. You would be better off with something like the By Terry Hyaluronic Powder, which is completely matte. But this one, it does have that little bit of luminosity to it, but I feel like that helps create that really smooth, diffused look on the skin. So really, really great product to check out if it is in your budget. There are powders out there that are a lot less expensive, but I've never found anything quite like this, and it really fit the bill of what I was looking for. It's got that kind of slight tint to it. It's still translucent. It doesn't look dry. It doesn't stick to any of the dry patches, and it does an awesome job of setting my makeup, and nothing creases under it, which is fantastic because I get this horrible kind of creasing under my eyes, especially on the outer corners, because I smile a lot and scrunch up my eyes when I do it. So yeah, highly recommend this. It has been absolutely amazing since I purchased it at the beginning of last month. So I really, really highly recommend. So the next product that has been a really big favorite, and you guys probably saw this coming if you saw my last video, my USA haul, and that product is Lipsense. Now, just as a disclaimer, I discovered this product when I was looking for a wedding lipstick because it just doesn't come off. It doesn't kiss off, it doesn't smudge off, and it doesn't rub off, which I find completely unbelievable. But anyway, so I was looking for a wedding lipstick. I contacted a distributor in my area because it's one of those kind of party plan products. So I contacted the distributor in my area, and I purchased the color that I wanted for my wedding, and I just fell in love with it. And all of the girls from my work, they wanted it as well. So I actually became a distributor. So complete and full disclosure, I do sell these products, so do keep that in mind. But I only sell them because I love them so much and because the girls at my work wanted an easy way to access it, and I thought, why not? So keep that in mind. I am a distributor if that affects the way that you view these products at all. But there are two particular colors that have been my favorite this month. The Lipsense range has something like 70 colors in it, and these two have been my favorite for this kind of season because they are quite wintry. One is a kind of neutral color, one is more of a berry tone, which is what I'm wearing now. So the first one is Napa, so that's this one that I've got on at the moment. Napa is this beautiful mid-tone berry color. Now, I did a video a little while ago using Hourglass liquid lipstick in Empress. That color, which is my favorite from the Hourglass range, is pretty much this color here. And the best thing is this one doesn't smudge the way that the Empress does. I found that the Empress would wear off a lot and it would actually smear once it started to break down, and it was really quite dry and quite matte, and I don't have that problem with the Lipsense product. So I find the Lipsense range really, really hydrating. And if you've been watching my videos for a really long time, you know I have a lot of problems with flaking skin on my lips, and I feel like Lipsense has actually helped to combat that, because the gloss, which you use in conjunction with the lip color, that actually has shea butter and vitamin E in it, so it helps to really nourish the lips rather than drying it out the way that the matte liquid lipsticks do. So that is a really big selling point for me because I hate how dry liquid lipsticks typically are. But this color Napa, amazing, beautiful color on so many skin tones. You can be super pale like myself, or you can be olive and still love this color. I have a friend who has really nice kind of tan olive skin, and she looks beautiful in Napa. So really nice color if you like those kind of wine or berry tones. The other color that has been my favorite this month is Beige Champagne. Beige Champagne is just a really fantastic color for a lot of different people, a lot of different skin tones, but mostly people who don't like to wear a lot of lipstick. And for work, I don't like to wear super dark lipsticks. I like to actually wear something that's quite natural. So this has been really, really good for work for me. It's this really nice kind of neutral, maybe a little bit warmer champagne tone, and it looks so good as a Your Lips But Better kind of color. So yeah, these are the two colors that I have really been enjoying this month. Now, if you guys are in Australia and you are interested in the product, feel free to get in touch. I'll pop my Lipsense Facebook page down the bottom. But yeah, I understand that a lot of you guys may be a little bit put off that I have become a distributor, but I do want you to keep in mind I've only become a distributor because I loved the product so much. And it's so funny because I never thought, like, ever in 1,000 years that I would distribute anything, because in the past I've purchased Nutrimetics and I used Isogenics products, and they're all the same kind of company structure and things like that. I don't know what it was about this company. I loved the product so much, and testament to the product because I haven't worn a single other lipstick since I've actually started using these, because the color range is so huge and I don't like reapplying lipstick. I don't like carrying them around with me, so I could probably get rid of a huge portion of the lipsticks that I own now because I don't know, I've just not been using any of them. I've never been so excited about something, which is just really, really unusual. Anyway, so the next product that I have been loving this month is cheap as chips. It's the Real Techniques setting brush. I actually have 3 of these. I love them so, so much. It is the perfect shape and size for everything. I use this one is my concealer brush, so apologies that it's a little bit dirty, but I use this one for concealer. I also use another one for powdering under the eyes, but I also use one for highlighting as well. And if you're in Australia, you can pick this up at Priceline. They quite frequently have sales on the brushes, so you can pick them up quite cheaply that way. Or you can actually get them from iHerb, which is just an online store. They ship to Australia and it's US prices, which is fantastic. And This is such a cheap brush. It's synthetic as well. My skin kind of has issues with natural hair bristles. It just gives me a few like kind of red blotches and things. I'm allergic to cats and dogs and the whole lot, so synthetic bristles actually do really well by me. And for liquid products in particular, I find that they actually spread product better and don't absorb product the way that natural hair bristles do. So really fantastic brush. This one's just a great shape. They're really super soft for a synthetic brush, and they're really cost effective. It's only been in the last couple of years that I've been adding cheaper brushes to my collection, and the Real Techniques brushes, even as a makeup artist, I would still use these because they're such good quality. I highly recommend these to people. I have recommended them to friends and family who I know don't have the budget to spend on really expensive brushes, and I'm going to put it out there, but one of the most important items that you can put money into in your makeup collection is brushes. Applying things with your finger is fine. Fingers do a fantastic job of blending product out, but you'll find that your fingers actually lift product from your skin, especially foundations and concealers. So I find that using brushes for those liquid type products works really well. I highly recommend getting yourself a set of brushes just to use with those liquid products. So the Real Techniques setting brush, can't rave about it enough. The whole Real Techniques range is actually fantastic. That said, I can't justify buying from the Bold Metals range. They're beautiful looking brushes, but they're just too expensive for what they are, so I would prefer to stick with some of my other brushes over those. But the regular range, just fantastic, well thought out brushes. The next product, which is actually a drugstore product as well, is the Great Lash Lots of Lashes. Now, I disliked the original Great Lash. People used to rave about that, and it was just one of those products that I was like, yeah, no, I don't get it. I didn't like the brush on that one. But the Lots of Lashes version, it has this kind of, I don't know, this kind of rounded, spiky brush. It is a kind of plasticky one. I really like brushes like this because I feel I get a lot of separation from the product. This is a fantastic formula. It doesn't smudge or smear, or I don't get that darkness under my eyes with this. It stays on when you want it to stay on, but it comes off when you wash it off. It's not waterproof, which can be good or bad depending on what you use your mascara for, but I highly recommend this. To be honest, I am a huge fan of Dior mascaras. They're my favorite mascaras, and I delved into a lot of different brands. Kevyn Aucoin has a fantastic mascara as well, but in terms of a drugstore mascara that achieves what you want it to achieve, the Great Lash Lots of Lashes is fantastic. It gives really good separation, but it also gives really nice length. I feel like it gives good volume. I don't have a lot of lashes, and I feel like this just does a really good job of making it look like I've got more than I do, and it doesn't smear or smudge or get black rings or panda eyes or anything. It just is a fantastic product, which in comparison to the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, this mascara, awesome mascara. I've never looked like I've had so many lashes in my life, but it ends up down all around the bottom of my eyes, even if I don't use it on my bottom lashes. So if I can get a product that does something so similar, I just don't know where they went wrong with that one. But this does such a good job, and it really is inexpensive. I think when it's on sale you can get it for like $7 or something like that. Really highly recommend that one. And the lucky last product that I've recently started reusing again, and is an old favorite, is NARS Orgasm Blush. I have been looking for my perfect wedding makeup, so every morning when I get ready I think to myself, okay, I'm going to use the products that I really know I love, and I'm going to find my perfect wedding makeup, and if it lasts all day and it looks fantastic, that's going to be it. And Orgasm as a blush, it really is that perfect color. It's that really nice lit from within glowy blush that gives that really nice natural flush, and I've always loved it. And this suits so many different skin tones as well. Usually on the medium to paler skin tone side. It's a little bit wishy-washy for somebody who has really tan or really dark skin, but it still has that beautiful gold sheen that really appears on darker skin tones as well, which can be really, really beautiful as a blush. But it really is that perfect kind of peachy pink. It's got that gold sheen to it, and it just gives that really nice flushed glow. And I really, really enjoy using this. So a lot of these products are most likely going to be products that I'm going to be using for my wedding, because I'm in full kind of test mode at the moment, making sure that I really know what I want for my wedding makeup, because I'm going to be doing it myself because we're getting married overseas. So for my wedding, what I'm going to be doing, and this is another favorite technique that I've been using, I will be using a cream blush under, so I'll have my foundation, a cream blush, my powder, and then this over the top. And that just kind of gives me the perfect flush. I like something that's got kind of more of a reddy, rosy hue underneath, and then this gives that really nice sheen to the skin. That technique of layering products to kind of make things the perfect tone for your skin, I find that works really well for me. So I have kind of warm, kind of cool, kind of neutral skin. I can wear pink foundations and I can wear yellow foundations, and they both look okay on my skin as long as they're kind of towards the kind of neutral tone. So I find that I like to mix colors and mix products to get the perfect colors for my skin, and using the technique of a cream blush under your powder followed by a powder blush on top, I find that that can really get the perfect tone. I use a lot of different cream blushes, so I don't really have a particular favorite at the moment. I kind of just pick one out, but the one staple has been Orgasm Blush over the top, which I really have been enjoying. So yeah, I hope you guys like this favorites video. There wasn't really a lot of products in there, just a few, but I've really been enjoying the products that I've been using, and I've been really enjoying testing kind of wedding makeup and things like that, because I'm really on the hunt to make sure that I get the perfect face for the day, and I just wanted to start early to make sure that I'm really testing out products. And it's actually helping me a lot with my product elimination for my declutter videos, which there is another one coming up very shortly. So I hope you guys like this, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye!